Welcome back, guys, or if you're new here, this is Automotive Anonymous, and I'm currently letting my 2022 Subaru Outback Wilderness drive me to a mountain, to a ski hill, and I'm hoping to find some snow. As you guys can see, we don't really have any snow out here. A lot of what we had just a couple weeks ago has already melted because it's currently about 44 degrees. So let's go up a hill, maybe ride a gondola, and see what I can find, what I can show you. And I'm also interested to see what other vehicles are up at the ski hill. And big thanks to Mark for being here. Woo! Up ahead, there's an officer. Hopefully they're not looking for Mark because I have him riding in the car with me. But this is our annual snowboarding trip, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. Well, we're a few miles further down the road, and you can now see the mountain. The peak goes into the clouds, and there's obviously snow there, as you'd expect if you're gonna go skiing. But there's no snow yet. Hopefully over the next 30 miles, we quickly come across some. And for any of you guys wondering, I'm currently going 78 miles per hour, actively getting about 31 miles per gallon. And over the course of this 77-mile tank of gas so far, the average is 30.4, which is pretty good. The vehicle's running normal water temp or coolant and about 203 degrees, so it's doing pretty well. 18 miles to go, and we see a tiny bit of snow. I mean, technically the resort is still open, and having purchased our tickets in advance, thankfully for the resort, you know, they don't offer refunds. But I mean, they are open, so I'm expecting to see some snow soon. I just don't see it yet. Now just 7 miles to go, and there's a little bit of snow. Look at that little bit right there. Hopefully there's a lot more as we get a little bit closer. But I am curious, guys, comment below how many of you guys do ski, snowboard, snowshoe, or just play around in the snow rather than just driving your Subarus around in the snow. I'm assuming a lot of you guys watching this probably are a Subaru owner or looking into becoming one. And a lot of you guys probably live in the northern states or areas in other countries that do get snow. So I'm just curious, how many of you guys ski, snowboard? What do you do? Comment below, and you might as well comment your favorite places to go as well. Just a few miles to go, and at least there's some snow, although this was probably mostly from a few weeks ago during the blizzard warning throughout a lot of the state and the neighboring states. But at least there's snow, so I can't complain about that. And already there's a WRX behind us. So there's at least one more Subaru with the hood scoop that's trying to make it up to the slopes. Could any of you guys imagine living up here in this mansion on the side of the cliff? It almost looks like a castle with all the brickwork or the stonework. Pretty interesting. And look, there's finally snow on the ground, even though it looks like it's come from drifting. Hey, I'll take it though. Just about a mile to go, and there is actually snow on the ground that hasn't just completely drifted with the little bit of breeze we're having. So, although the base of the mountain was not encouraging, being up here does look like we're gonna be able to have some fun. And we finally made it to the parking lot of the ski hill, which I don't think we've passed by anything that is not a 4x4, or at least 4x4 potential. Of course, you don't always know with some of these SUVs because some of them are offered in a two-wheel drive. There is a Sienna. It's a hybrid. I don't think it's all-wheel drive like the older V6s used to be, but most of the vehicles up here are 4x4s. Although other than this Subaru right here and the WRX behind me, I haven't seen many others. Mostly just a lot of trucks, which is pretty common for this area. It's pretty slick, but the Subaru made it. And we parked by an old Forester. There's Mark's legs. Overall though, for the start of night skiing around 4 o'clock, it's really not super busy. But as you guys can see, there's a lot of trucks, a lot of 4x4s, and a lot of people having fun or ready to have a good time. There's even a lot of school buses up here from some of those neighboring school districts that must have their ski days. And one of the people who works up here just mentioned that just from vehicles sitting in their spots, there's been a number of them this week that have started to slide and have slid into other vehicles. So hopefully a few feet of room on each side of us means that we'll come back accident free. All right, guys, finally made it to the ski lift, and all is well. There is snow up here, which was hard to believe just a little bit ago. But have any of you guys ever seen the movie Frozen? It's kind of a horror movie related to a ski lift turning off and the wolves come out and lots of fun stuff happening there. Whenever the ski lift stops, at least when it used to stop when I was younger and would come snowboarding, that was what I thought of. Not a good experience. If you're planning to go skiing this holiday or winter season, don't watch the movie Frozen. Any other time, watch at your own risk, I guess. Anyways, I'm just thankful for snow.
What about watching the Disney movie Frozen? That's not that bad.
We don't talk about that movie here, Mark. And on the mountain, the snow is plentiful. Pretty pretty good. Look at Mark shredding. If there's one thing Mark's really good at, it's shredding down the mountain. How many of you guys ski versus snowboard? That is something I am really interested in. I used to cross-country ski when I was little, at least once or twice with my mom. But then I got into snowboarding because I used to skateboard back in junior high. And snowboarding is pretty fun. And in a lot of ways, it's just like driving a car or driving a Subaru Wilderness through the snow. Basically, avoid the trees, stay in the pre-existing grooves unless there's powder, and basically don't hit anything or anyone. And always wear your seatbelt. Bye, Mark. Again, just like driving, it's important to stay on the path, stay on the road, but sometimes you have to make up your own road. And I like to call this going through Narnia. This is seriously some nice powder. A little bit of a treat. The least favorite part, at least mine, when you go through Narnia, is when you get snowed in. Have you guys ever seen one of those videos, like in Russia, where people are skiing or snowboarding, and then they wind up having to outrun a bear? Well, thankfully that's not the case here. Well guys, it's starting to get a little bit dark out here, and I probably shouldn't be filming when it gets too much later, but the iPhone actually shows a lot more light than is actually available here. But I'm sure you guys want to hear more than just my nighttime snowboarding adventures. So the purpose to this and how it's related to my Subaru Outback is it's just really fun to be able to basically live life, go wherever you want to go, and not be limited by your vehicle. I only saw one front-wheel drive vehicle in the parking lot, and that was a Ford Fusion. So kudos to them. Maybe they had some nice tires, because it actually did get a lot slicker up in the parking lot than probably what could be seen on camera or what was demonstrated in my video so far. A lot of the melting, refreezing just means that it gets really dense, really thick ice. But this has been fun. Safety first, always wear your helmet and drive a Subaru. At least if you want to be able to enjoy winter games, winter activities like snowboarding. Well, thankfully both Mark and I survived our day snowboarding, our annual trip that we go on. And it was really fun. And I didn't hear of any vehicles sliding into each other just sitting here, which that is a really good thing. So although you don't have to have a Subaru to get to the ski slopes, and I know in a lot of cases, a lot of the ones you guys probably go to, or depending on time of year, could have much worse conditions than what we had today, where we only actually got snow for the last couple miles approaching the parking lot. It's nice to have a Subaru, but it's really nice to have good tires. There were a couple points where I started to slide on my Geolanders with a 1/4 inch of tread depth, and I didn't like it. I wasn't happy. So having these tires or more dedicated snow tires, that's ideal. Even just now lightly putting on the brake, and I could feel some slippage. Maybe I'll demonstrate that right here. Getting up to, say, even 16 miles an hour and half pedal. Okay, that didn't lock up ABS. I'll get it back up to about 16, 17 and full pedal. And you can tell that underneath this little bit of snow, it's a lot of ice. A lot of hard, cold ice. And you don't want to have anything to do with it. So get some good tires, drive a Subaru. Don't forget to like this video. If this is helpful in any way, subscribe. Comment your thoughts and opinions below. And I wish you guys the best until next time. See ya. Actually, last thing to mention, if any of you guys are interested in aftermarket LED lighting on any of your Subarus or your other toys, check out an off-site for 20% off using my discount code Anonymous. I have a 20-inch light bar in my lower grille. This is the white light. This is the amber. Pretty cool, pretty fun. Anyways, see you guys.